What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 477 of Community Universe Mode, in edition number 127 of Monday Night Fusion here on this Tuesday afternoon. What up, party people? Bo in the house. Topher Dynamic. Suntan, hello. Goats. It is very early, my bad. Couldn't stream last night, and then I got stuff to do later today, so you know how it is. I have to go live at this time, but nice of you to join me as we are indeed going to be kicking things off with the grand return. Suntan already knows. The good guy cowboy himself. My friends, the prodigal son has made his way back to Monday Night Fusion. Adam Adams looking to get us underway for tonight's show. Of course, the final fusion before this Sunday's Homecoming 3 event. The final pay-per-view of CMV's calendar year. June the 3rd. Probably one of the most hyped cards we've had in CMV's history. It is no doubt going to be a hell of a show from start to finish. Yo, what up, Soul? But Adam Adams, of course, for those who may not be so keen on exactly who he is, a competitor through most of last season. But we haven't seen old AA in quite some time, so in fact, when was the last time we saw him even last season? I actually have no idea when he had his last match. Well, it's obviously been well over 6 months. And infamous among many for using up our pyro budget. So Adam Adams definitely getting a big opportunity here. Current match as he'll be on one with the current CMV light heavyweight champion, the Deck Percy Simmons. And of course you can see there, trailing behind Simmons, none other than the man that he puts his title on the line against this Sunday on the Homecoming 3 pre-show, Brandon Rain. Gonna get a front row seat, of course, paying the favor back to Simmons, who was ringside for Rain's match against Troy Myers on last week's show. What up, Alvius? What up, Gumbel? Definitely gonna be a great night of action that will culminate in big 8-man tag team matchup as Chris Diamond, the Undisputed Champion, teams up with Global Offensive to take on Andrew Breaks, Pierre Thompson, and Jacob Ziegler of Team Fusion, guys, and what was supposed to be Paul Devine. But if you're not a member of our website at cmvwrestling.com, !join, and the chat will give you a link. You would have missed the exclusive footage from before tonight's show started, in which Paul Devine was being interviewed, only to be blindsided and brutally attacked by Harvey Hastings and his Global Offensive goons. And when I say attack, guys, that's really a what's the word I'm looking for to describe this? Let's just say it doesn't do it justice. I mean, Global Offensive, it was brutal. It's honestly hard to put into words. If you did not see it, you can still go and check it out on our website. But since that attack, it's only been maybe 10-15 minutes removed. I have been told that Paul Devine's been taken to a local medical facility. The doctors room here in the arena not equipped enough to help him out with the severity of the injuries that Global Offensive inflicted on him. And Harvey Hastings, of course, before the feed cut out after the attack, saying that no longer will you, Chris Diamond, or anybody else make me look like a joke. So Harvey Hastings definitely, I mean, obviously Devine's not going to be able to compete tonight, so the question is who's going to fill in for him in that 8-man tag team match. But an even bigger question is, will he be able to make it to Homecoming 3 that's just 5 days away this Sunday? Harvey Hastings may have effectively turned that triple threat into a one-on-one match between him and Diamond. Either way, certainly hope that Paul Devine's going to be okay as he's en route to the local hospital. But definitely some dastardly deeds by Harvey as Adam Adams is having himself a nice start here against the light heavyweight champion. Yo, what up, J-Rod? What up, Dash? J-Rod, haven't seen you in a while, my friend, and welcome back. Another reverse DDT there by Adam Adams. You know, this could be a huge win for Double A in his return to knock off the light heavyweight champion. We have more light heavyweight division actually later on tonight. Chase Henderson will take on Bryce Canyon. Up next after this, the pretty boy Pitbull Perry Heenan will take on Bison. We haven't seen Bison in a couple of weeks, so it'll be good to have him back. We haven't seen Heenan since his 5-star classic against Paul Devine a couple of weeks ago. And tonight, guys, in our current event, definitely a matchup that I am very hyped about. I cannot wait for the first time in over 2 years, Zach Payne and Ryan Kent going to share a CMV ring again. Brutal matches they've had between each other in the past. Once bitter rivals turned friends and tag team partners, even shared gold with each other at one point. But tonight, they'll be on opposite ends again as both Adam Adams and Percy Simmons exchange back and forth, attempting their signature maneuvers. But now Adam Adams with a nice vertical suplex. That might have been one of the nicest vertical suplexes I've ever seen. What up, Hale? Oh, what up, Orbs? Welcome, my friend. I believe that's you, if I'm correct, if I remember. Single knee gut thruster there by Adam Adams. And keep in mind, Brandon Rain at ringside. I don't think Rain would actually interfere because Percy Simmons showed him respect last week by just scouting him out, guys. But right now, Adam Adams, perhaps the knowledge that Brandon Rain is ringside alone is throwing Simmons off, or maybe not, countering whatever Adams is going to throw his way. And now a standing C-fire. Beautifully executed right there by the light heavyweight champion, a cartwheel, and then look at that, right in the face of Brandon Rain. Brandon Rain, of course, earning himself a shot at the light heavyweight championship. And Brandon Rain is a former Rising Star champion. It's probably all the awesome matches on the Homecoming 3 card. For me to say that I'm really hyped to see Brandon Rain, Percy Simmons says something, because we've got obviously Xander Slate, Ricky Spanish, Bob Luger, Elijah Stewart, the 2 championship matches, and then all the Fusion versus Genesis matches. But there's a nice 1916 single underhook DDT by Percy Simmons. And now the champion with a, beautiful wheelbarrow bulldog. Adam Adams, guys, might be done for. Yeah, Percy Simmons closing things out with a beautiful bulldog. And the light heavyweight champion picks up a win en route to defending his title on the Homecoming 3 pre-show this Sunday, June the 3rd, against that man ringside, Brandon Rain. There's what did it. Awesome looking bulldog. Dropped Adam Adams right on his face. The one and only beautiful baby boy Bateman does. Percy Simmons picking up some momentum. Brandon Rain has been getting a lot of wins as of late as well, though. This is going to be a hell of a matchup that could steal the show. All right, guys, I have got some big for you before we get to our next matchup of the evening here on Fusion number 127. Perry Healing will be taking on Bison, guys. Into what happened to Paul Devine before the show started. We have got team captain of Monday Night Fusion, Hayden, going to be joining me here momentarily via a phone call. Let me just try to pull him up here real quick. Give me one moment. Hang on one second. Let me just make sure that my audio here is off. That was weird. What is that? I'm still live, right? All right. All right, guys, hang on before we get back into it. Let's do a quick check here. Hayden, if you could give me a cheeky little something. Check if we can hear you. Check if they can hear you on the show. I know, just check, because I don't know if your audio is included.
Yeah, my is now.
No, I don't know if I have my thing checked off, like to include audio from the party.
Oh.
So we need a quick test here before. Did you guys hear that? Make sure, because all right, good.
My mic's trash though? Really? Oh.
All right, guys, here we go. Before we get into our next matchup of the evening, I have managed to get the one and only Hayden on the line for a quick back and forth following what happened to Paul Devine before the show started. We know that as I went over, that Global Offensive brutally attacked him. He's been taken out of the arena. He won't be able to compete in the 8-man tag team matchup later on tonight. But Hayden messaged me and said that he's got something to say regarding that. So Hayden, what kind of information you have? What frothy info you have to drop on us?
Let me take control of this segment real quick. The 5-time Undisputed Champ, the first ever Undisputed Champ. I'm not going to go into the accolades, you all know him. What happened to Divine was disgusting, to say the least. But I can't fill in on Fusion. I'm not coming to Fusion. I'm doing better stuff for Fusion. I'm advertising it, podcasts, TV shows, national television, doing more stuff than these other morons. But I made a couple of calls, and we've got a guy in that main event tonight. I'm sure you'll be happy to see who it is. But that's all the time I've got for you. So peace.
Oh well, apparently I don't even get any follow-ups. What a great interviewee Hayden is. But huge information dropped right there, no doubt about it, by the team captain of Fusion. Let me just try to get resituated here before we get into our next matchup. But guys, that is now, oh boy, now I'm not going to be able to focus the rest of the show. Who has Hayden found to replace Paul Devine in the 8-man tag team matchup later on tonight? I gotta say, whoever it is, Hayden is a quick worker, because it's only been 20 minutes since the show started, since Paul Devine was attacked, and apparently he has already found a replacement, so it's not going to be himself. We know that Hayden said a couple of weeks ago he's not going to be appearing on Fusion anymore as he's too much of a draw. He's going to be a pay-per-view only guy, but that he has got a replacement for Devine in that main event match. But here we go, guys. The action does continue up next. As we have got the pretty boy Pitbull, Perry Heaton, fresh off of his 5-star collision with none other than Paul Devine a couple of weeks ago. A matchup that, in my opinion, definitely went a long way in establishing Perry Heaton as a serious threat and valid contender. Took Devine to the limit, and it's honestly, dare I say, pure luck that Devine won that matchup, because Heaton had him beat on so many occasions. But we know that Heaton is on a mission currently to prove himself to general manager Yuri Sokolov, I should say. And he was hoping to send a very strong message with a win over the Asian sensation a couple of weeks ago, but unfortunately was not able to get the job done. Tonight he has another chance as he takes on another CMV veteran, this time in the OG monster, the Barbarian Bison. But we do have a couple of tweets here, guys, responding to Hayden. First from Jacob Ziegler, he says, "Oh, so he's watching. So you're just a lazy little bitch not actually being here, doing better stuff. Bitch, you're doing nothing. Do us a favor and don't show up at homecoming either." And then we've also got Peter Thompson chiming in, saying, "Some team captain that we have, huh?" So obviously the rest of Team Fusion not exactly happy with Hayden's decision. I mean, we're going to be completely objective about it. Hayden has not been the greatest team captain in the world. You look at how Josh Wolf is struggling over on Genesis, but at least he's there and trying his best. Though it's not been going his way. But it looks like that 8-man tag team matchup at the main event is still on. Who's going to be the mystery partner for Briggs Thompson? Oh, and Ziegler against Chris Diamond, a global offensive, as Bison, like a bull being let out the pen, immediately charged Heaton, only to get whipped around with that side slam. Bison fires back with a jawbreaker now, catches the knee to the face, ducks under, and a side effect. Nicely done there by the former Anarchy champion, the pretty boy Pitbull. Gets an elbow straight to the face. I'm trying to rack my brain. We know that Hayden doesn't have a whole lot of friends in CMV. Who exactly could he call on to help him out there in that main event? We know that it's not for the benefit of Briggs, Thompson, and Ziegler, but instead as a little handout for his ex-gen brother Paul Devine. A little pick-me-up, if you will. Big old powerbomb by the master of the powerbomb and Bison. Here's a tweet now, guys, from Reese Ortiz, the winner of the 4th annual Cyborg Invitational, says Genesis would be better off if Wolf did take a note from Hayden's book and just not show up. Savagery there by Ortiz still, even after Josh Wolf's been showing him respect since their matchup on this past Genesis. But of course, Homecoming 3, guys, is this Sunday. The brand warfare goes down. 3 huge matches. Going to be champion versus champion. United States champion Alex Shinox, who's actually going to be competing a little bit later on tonight, taking on the returning Azrael. He'll be fighting international champion from Genesis, Dallas Steele. Then we've got Monster versus Monster, probably a dream match in a lot of people's minds, and hopefully the ring will be reinforced. Damien takes on Guri Sukanov, and then of course be that 8-man elimination tag team match, Team Fusion versus Team Genesis. And the competitors in that matchup subject to change, because this Friday on Genesis it's been revealed that John Reed and Sam Valentine will actually be defending their spots on the team against Brule, Dule Zaire, and Brett Angel. Josh Wolf saying that Reed and Valentine have not been pulling their weight. They have to prove that they deserve to be on the team. As Bison, it might just be a matter of time for Perry Heaton. And look how there is no weight on Bison. He immediately follows up on the attack, going for a Bison bomb perhaps, but instead Heenan drops down behind, knowing that he was in big trouble there. Stomps the quad, tries to capitalize, but Bison's there to meet him. Side slam by the Barbarian. Then the 300-plus pound frame of Bison crashing down across the chest of Heenan. With that senton, tries for another matter of time. Perry Heenan says, "Nah, fam, thank you, one's enough." Implanted DT in a big old roar. Look at a hashtag, make it a win. Is the pretty boy Pitbull with an interesting pin here. Roll up, gonna try to steal one. Both men back to their feet. Bison charges, he's pissed off, belly to belly, flinging Heenan overhead. Nearly sending him out of the ring. Pinfall attempt now by Bison. One. Been a up and down season for sure in regards to Bison. Really cannot afford to take this loss here. Got to start building himself back up if he hopes to. Oh, vintage Bison, if you ask me. There's not a whole lot of men who could do a better spear than the Barbarian in that ring. Now locking in a Rings of Saturn. Interestingly enough, a former submission hold utilized, but Heenan has used many. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think probably the best submission artist we have in all of CMV. So many ways Heenan has to tap out his opponents. Look at this back and forth tit for tat. Punch to the midsection. Now Bison closes in, taking overhead with the fireman's carry. Tries the overhand punch, denied though by Bison. And now the Barbarian with a humongous power slam. One. Just a one count, guys. That was a ring-shaking power slam, and Perry Heenan was like, not that great. That just shows you the cojones on this kid, as Heenan again tries to shoot big, but Bison's meeting him around every corner. Oh, that's just a big back suplex. And Bison once again going to use his own weight to his advantage, because why wouldn't he? Big old senton. We actually had a tweet here from Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent says, Team Fusion has selected the worst leader possible. Hell, the prick didn't even pick me. Hashtag accolades say it all. Matter of time, a second time by Bison. Will it be enough to get the job done? No, it will not. Heenan continuing to show his resiliency, but how long can it last? As Bison backs into the corner. The Barbarian, the Beast, the OG Monster. Ryan Kent had best be focused on his matchup tonight in our current event against Zach Payne, rather than with what's going on with Team Fusion. A second earthquake-causing power slam, but that time Perry Heenan gets lucky with the ring placement. Bison making a mistake, and Heenan's able to stay alive, but his body's got to be broken into a million little pieces right now. Still, he fights through the pain. Fireman's carry, taking Bison for a ride over to the corner. Drops him face first on that top turnbuckle for Snake Eyes. Bison looks to be out of it. Perry Heenan continues his attack, stomping Bison in the gut mercilessly, and boots across the face, and then another one with a whole lot of momentum behind it. Perry Heenan dropping down to the corner like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing, feeling really good about himself right now, but Bison's been in control for the better part of this matchup. I don't know that taunting is such a good idea, but Perry Heenan able to maintain that driver seat. Big old fireman's carry, side slam there by the pretty boy Pitbull, who's out to prove himself. Nice catch by Bison. Snapmare. Bison follows through the headbutt, gets a elbow to the face instead. Wobbles the big man, and now Heenan with the master lock, but that's going to be an immediate rope break. These two not getting very lucky tonight when it comes to their finishing maneuvers. Now we got $1 Million Dream into a Russian leg sweep. You see how toned Bison's thighs are? Good God almighty, this man is a genetic freak, and Bison is bringing down the entire ring trying to get up to his feet here. My goodness. Heenan recollects Bison around face to face in the corner. What's the former Anarchy champion going to go for? Bison, a Season 1 veteran, two-time international champion and tag team champion, rebounds off the ropes. Another big boot. Seems like a little bit of blood might be dripping out from under the mask there of the Barbarian. Bison back up to his feet though, ducks a clothesline. Oh, gonna get one anyhow. Dragged by arm and leg, desperation pin here at this point in the matchup. What has been a very fast-paced back and forth brawl between these two superstars. Neither of them are going to be featured on this Sunday's Homecoming 3 card, so they're going all out here. The go-home show. Trying to pick up that big victory. Another spear by Bison. That now amounts to 2 matter of times, 2 power slams, and 2 spears. Will it be enough? No, it will not. Perry Heaton continuing to come out here and put on these classics against veterans, but will he be able to get the win? It doesn't look like it unless he can clutch and counter big. Bison zoning in on grabbing the W, a 3rd power slam into the pin. Will he be looking for the rope break? No, he will not. 1, 2, 3, and Bison is victorious. Once again, Heaton comes down to this ring and puts on a clinic, but is not able to get the job done. Bison returns with a thunderous victory over the Pretty Boy Pitbull. Things have got to start adding up for Perry Heaton. The frustration's got to be getting to him. And a tweet here, guys, from Reese Ortiz, who apparently is in attendance tonight, says, sat in the Fusion crowd. Watching Bison in action makes me feel like a kid again. What an incredible match. Yeah, definitely a great win for Bison. I'm sure Bison's got to be questioning Hayden's pick of Damien over him to face Gary Sukanov. But we've seen Bison and Gary Sukanov before. I guess Hayden probably did his history because every time Bison and Gary Sukanov fought one-on-one last season, Gary Sukanov won. So and up next, guys, light heavyweight division action as Chase Henderson will go one-on-one with Bryce Canyon. Henderson been doing very good for himself as of late. Besides the hiccup last week, taking the loss and that fatal 4-way since being unceremoniously kicked out of the Ballers Club by Chris Diamond and Rob Cross, Henderson been doing pretty all right. That includes a win over Rob Cross a couple of weeks ago, but tonight he's looking to further himself and the light heavyweight championship rankings. And a hell of a way to do that is to defeat a former #1 contender for the title. And Bryce Canyon, of course, we saw light heavyweight champion Percy Simmons in action at the top of our show when he knocked off the returning Adam Adams en route, of course, to defending his title this Sunday on the Homecoming 3 pre-show against Brandon Rain. And as Henderson makes his way to the ring, guys, here a tweet from Pandora says, the Gargoyle of Destruction has 2 things on his mind. 1, the Monster's Ball, where he will destroy the Russian Shrek. And 2, the Trios Championships with the Kent brothers. I cannot wait. Like I said before, that I really hope that ring is double in force at Homecoming for Damien versus Gary Sukanov. But on the topic of the Trios Championships, Damien and the Kent brothers currently undefeated at 3-0. We know that Ryan Kent's in action later on in our co-main event taking on Zach Payne, but I have been told by general manager Yuri Sokolov that Damian and the Kent brothers are looking to be next in line for a shot at the Brass Ring Club's Trios Championship. BRC will be in action this Sunday on the Homecoming 3 pre-show. They'll actually be teaming up with Chase Henderson to take on Rob Cross, Bloody Justice, and the Anarchists in an 8-man tag team matchup. Yo, what up, Vic and Famous? Welcome both. Nice to have you. Of course, coming up next after this matchup, wow, what did I do to deserve that, GOAT? Or rather, Tom. Got you mixed up with the same colored name there. Sorry, GOAT. I didn't mean to treat you this way. But here comes former light heavyweight championship #1 contender, the race. Bryce Canyon has fallen out of the rankings, but tonight looks to get himself back up to the top. Bateman, there you are, you saucy little egg McMuffin. Beautiful boy. Fortunately, Bateman. Percy Simmons did get a win, but another, I'd say 4.5-star match. Not quite as good as his match with Divine, but another banger, but coming up just short. Bison edging out the win over Perry Heenan in the last matchup, and this matchup getting underway as Chase Henderson wasted no time going hard in the paint against Bryce Canyon. Irish whip countered though. Into the corner, slowly approaches, misses that punch horribly. Wouldn't give Bryce Canyon the reach advantage against probably any opponent. Chase Henderson definitely the bigger. Bryce Canyon is one of the few cruiserweights we have in CMV. So Henderson's also got a couple of pounds on him. Chest bump on the rebound. Irish whip again. Rebounding, and another chest bump. Hook to the jaw. Bryce Canyon going to come up from behind. Escapes the waist lock, though, guys. Let's not forget our main event to come. A huge 8-man tag team matchup is still on as Chris Diamond, the world champion, teams up with Global Offensive to take on Briggs, Thompson, and Ziegler, as well as a surprise fill-in for Paul Devine. Team captain of Fusion, Hayden, making some calls, and apparently has found a replacement. Has me bite my fingernails. Chase Henderson went for an early pin. Didn't go his way as now he picks Bryce Canyon up from behind, slapping the tail on the way down for that reverse DDT. Henderson largely being controlled so far as he goes up to that second turnbuckle, sends a kiss towards Bryce Canyon, and an interesting way to execute a swanton bomb. I think Henderson's ass landed right on Bryce's face. He's not happy about that. Boot to the face. Now a tilt-a-whirl small package doesn't hold it in for the actual small package, though, making it kind of pointless. Jumping cutter deflected by Henderson. Calls himself the chosen one, and with good reason. Hey, there's a small package. One, just one count, counters the small package. One, counters again. Here we go, back and forth. Light heavyweight championship action. 2 count, Henderson kicks out. Like I touched on earlier, Henderson been doing very well besides the loss last week in that fatal 4-way. Nice tiger bomb by Bryce. Matchup we got coming up later on, actually, the man who won that fatal 4-way last week, Prince Brent. Going to be taking on the returning Shanazzy Andoni. Wrong time to talk. Bryce Canyon took his eye off the ball. Now he's going to pay for it. Henderson with a beautiful enziguri. Probably, honestly, one of the greatest enziguris I have ever seen right there. Somehow Canyon snaps back, too, with the quickness, shaking the cobwebs. Knows that he's slipping into the deep end. Made a mistake and to try to battle his way back in control now. Double knee backstabber. Going to send shooting pings up and down that spine, I should say. Shooting spines up and down that pane. Bryce Canyon, double axe handle again. Ducks the clothesline attempt, roll through boot to the side of the head. Henderson looking for refuge in the corner. Don't know he's going to find it. Chase Henderson is in big trouble. Canyon slowly approaches, going for that super kick barrage of his, I'm sure. Henderson counters, scoop slam near to the gut instead. The race now with an Irish whip. Henderson taking into the corner, coming up from behind. Oh boy, this is not going to end well for the chosen one. Shoulder thrust, and here we go. Geez, such a thunderous shoulder thrust that it made Murphy quake. There's two. And last but not least, that jaw gonna be hanging on by a thread as Bryce Canyon goes for a pin following the super kick. Only a 2 count found, and Canyon can't believe what's on his arm right there. Know that Chase Henderson is a nasty submission expert when it comes to arm bars, but Canyon with a swift and beautiful looking front flip DDT that might just get him the victory here on Fusion number 127. Yes, it does. The race getting himself back into the title picture with a win here tonight. Bryce Canyon executing that fantastic looking front flip DDT in order to grab the 1, the 2, and the 3. Bryce Canyon, with this win, tries to work his way back up the rankings. Question is, who will leave Homecoming 3 this Sunday as light heavyweight champion? Percy Simmons hold on to the title, or will Brandon Rain become our new champ? All right, next, our fourth match here on the go-home edition of Monday Night Fusion number 127. It is the return of the BOA, Big Azrael, fresh off of his latest adventures in Hollywood, getting himself a big opportunity going one-on-one with United States champion Alistair Knox. Yeah, you already asked that. I told you, Bateman. Bison ended up getting the win. Another great match. I actually talked about it. Perry Heenan continuing to come out here and put on these classics against veterans, but not able to get the job done. The frustration's got to be building up for the Pretty Boy Pitbull. But guys, certainly this is a must-win situation for Alistair Knox heading into Homecoming through this Sunday, where of course he represents Fusion in the battle against international champion Dallas Steele from Genesis. I mean, that is going to be a very interesting matchup because both Alistair Knox and Dallas Steele only have 2 losses each to their names. Alistair Knox nearly... Oh, why am I crying? Suddenly tears. Seeing Azrael back, I'm so emotional. But Alistair Knox coming up on his year anniversary here in CMV, and both of those losses that he has to his name coming earlier this season, one to Chris Andrews and the other to Lance Martini, of course now known as No Fun Martini. And Dallas Steele last week on Genesis, riding the momentum, that win over Adam Valentine, so you know Knox wants to reciprocate here. But yeah, best not take Azrael lightly. Azrael, 2-time international champion, former Fusion Tag Team champion. I'd say Ryan. Oh, when did Ryan Kent debut? One, two, three. So 4 years. In fact, I think a little bit over 4 years. Ryan Kent has been in CMV. Azrael probably not returning to the fanfare he would have liked. Been out of act quite a while. Like I said, down in Hollywood, filming his next project in the realm of film. But he certainly looks hyped up. He knows what an opportunity this could be. Put on that short list of men who have defeated Alistair Knox and possibly earned himself a future crack at the United States Championship. Knox, that title sits regicide. Nobody has even been able to touch him. The ominous Alistair Knox and his year in CMV has certainly earned himself a nice list of accolades. Rising Star Champion, Anarchy Champion, and now United States Champion. And with some wielding that deadly submission maneuver, the deep guillotine choke he calls censorship. All challengers, anyone who even has thoughts of vying for his title, kept at bay. But what's going to happen when Alistair Knox meets somebody who's been equally as dominant as he in Dallas Steel this Sunday? What's up, Brian Gonzalez, my friend? Welcome to CMV, Monday Night Fusion number 127. Up next, Azrael taking on United States Champion Alistair Knox. So here we go, Azrael Knox one-on-one. Our fourth matchup of the evening as Murphy rings that bell. They meet middle of the ring, collar and elbow tie-up, and Alistair Knox with a show of strength. Jeez. I think he's gonna do it. I think Azrael's the bigger, obviously the bigger of the two. I think they're the same size, but Azrael is looking swole, if I do say so myself. Nice little whatever the fuck that was, followed through by a punch. United States Champion now goes up to the second turnbuckle, flying through the air with a cheeky little bit of an elbow drop. Seated position now, brings down an elbow to the top of the head. You know, we are officially just 11 weeks away from the grandest stage of all, the biggest show in CMV, the 6th annual Ascendance. And you know, every single superstar across all of CMV would love to be a part of that event. Especially if you're a champion walking into the Showcase of Immortals, it puts a big spotlight on yourself. Let's say Knox retains the title all the way up. Until then, he would become the longest reigning champion of all time. When it comes to the United States Championship, the current holder of that record, I do believe, is Jackson Jordan, who held it for 3.5 months or 4, I think 3.5 months. I'm trying to think of Jackson Jordan? Yeah, Jackson Jordan is in first. I think coming in second would be Sunshine, perhaps, who is right behind him, nipping at his heels. Turk and Rana there. By Azrael, who now looks to employ some dirty heel tactics. Taking off that top turnbuckle. Referee Murphy was too busy checking on Alistair Knox. Brings him up to a vertical base snapmare. Seated position, looks to slow things down. Azrael very much a well-rounded superstar, but I'd say technical above all else. He would love to keep Knox grounded, especially with Knox having that censorship submission hold of his. Nice counter there by Azrael into a DDT. brought up and face-to-face. Ugh, Bateman. Why are you giving him a new face and taking away his tattoos? Single knee gutbuster. Oh, is that why you asked that in the Discord chat the other day? Nice jumping knee. Currently, Asriel's taking control. Oh, just as I say that, Alistair Knox firing off a hell of a bicycle knee. 1, 2, just a 2 count though. Alistair Knox like, what in the heck? Snaps right back to, and this is bad news for Asriel. The boa was pumping out his chest, feeling very confident. That confidence about to get flushed down the drain. No, I spoke too soon. Clutch reversal. He knew it was coming, did his homework. But Asriel, bam! Literal snap with that dragon suplex. Now it is Asriel with a pinpoint knee drop. And on the road to Ascendant 6, guys. Obviously, this Sunday, June the 3rd, is Homecoming 3. One of the biggest cards we've ever had in CMV. Definitely most hyped. So many great matches. Not a single bad match on that card, but there will still be 3 stops in between Homecoming 3 and Ascendance. Afterwards, we the Genesis exclusive pay-per-view Cause and Effect, 3rd annual Cause and Effect, where we know that Invitational winner Reese Ortiz will vie for the Alpha World Championship, challenging either El Jefe or the Bloody Brick Chris Andrews, and a big consequence by Asriel to the United States champion, and the boa could be closing in on a humongous win. Can he become the 3rd person to defeat Alistair Knox one-on-one? No. Just a 2 count. And then we will have the final Fusion stop before Ascendance, and final stand, an inaugural event, which will play host to the 2nd annual Deadly Games tournament. And then, of course, Purgatory, the final pay-per-view before Ascendance, will be Genesis exclusive as well. Choking out Alistair Knox as he hangs upside down to the tree of woe. That was snapmare. Seated position, reverse chinlock again being applied by Asriel. You see his knee jerking. I gotta be thinking to himself, what do I gotta do to keep down this mofo? And another go. That goddamn Alistair Knox is just dangerous in every single way. That knee comes out of nowhere. Every time I think Asriel has the lead, Knox is like, watch this though. Again, that's not enough to get the job done. Perhaps the 2nd attempt to lock in censorship. Yeah, there it is. If he gets Asriel down to the canvas, it is as good as over. Censorship locked in deep, wrenching the life out of Asriel, and the boa is forced to submit at the hands of the ominous one. Another soul claimed by Alistair Knox. Valiant effort by Asriel, but unfortunately just not enough to be the one to take down Knox. And it looks like Asriel don't want no beef. Good matchup, accepts the loss, wants to show sportsmanship. Team Fusion, am I right? Let's get on the same page, baby. Alistair Knox, Dallas Steel, this Sunday for brand supremacy. Now, guys, it is our tertiary main event of the evening here on Monday Night Fusion number 127. It is rookie Prince Brent. We take into the ring to face off against this biggest challenge yet, no doubt about it, in Shanaz Andonian. Prince Brent, though, since debuting, currently 3-0. That includes a big win in that fatal 4-way last week. Question is, when the going gets tough, when he's up against some real competition, and the CMV and the real number 1 Shanaz Andoni, can he get the job done? the two-time World Tag Team Champions, still the holder to this day of the longest reign of all time, alongside Chet Taylor, 7 months, two-time light heavyweight champion, Fusion Tag Team Champion, and two-time Anarchy Champion. This is a real test for Prince Brent. We're going to find out whether or not he can pass it. Shenaz not a bit action. Not a bit in action, bibbidi-bobbidi, for quite a while. So also, keep your eye on if there might be a little bit of ring rust. You know, Shenaz has a lot of ventures outside of CMV. His chicken leash company, his iron mine. Up next in our coming event, guys, a matchup that I am too hyped for. First time in over 2 years, Zach Payne and Ryan Kent going to share a CMV ring once again as they go toe-to-toe in that main event. Undisputed champion Chris Diamond teams up with Harvey Hastings and his Global Offensive Goons to take on Briggs, Thompson, and Ziegler Team Fusion and a mystery partner after Paul Devine was brutally taken out earlier tonight, guys. And actually an update on Paul Devine, and it is not a good update. Devastating news for Devine and any Devine fans out there. Just got a message from General Manager Yuri Sokolov after he checked in with the doctors. Paul Devine has suffered multiple broken ribs, and the General Manager has informed me that Devine will not be able to make it to Homecoming 3 this Sunday, and so the Triple Threat World title match has now been turned into a one-on-one title match. Harvey Hastings has effectively made his odds of walking out champion much greater. Harvey Hastings, Chris Diamond will go one-on-one for the title, and that is just depressing. Of course, we all know I am the #1 Asian sensation fan. But unfortunately, Harvey Hastings knew exactly what he was doing, and he got the job done. But here we go. Shenaz, there's those pool floaties there on the... Shenaz Andoni. What's he wearing, by the way? Oh, it's just his jacket wrapped around himself. Again, if you didn't see, I love that little smiley on his knee pad, by the way. If you did not see what Global Offensive did to Paul Devine earlier tonight before the show started, if you're squeamish, it's not for the faint of heart. But Harvey Hastings said, I am done being made into a joke. Now Harvey Hastings has another one-on-one shot at the title. Can he follow through on it? And can he work together with Chris Diamond is I'd say the big question. And who the hell is that mystery partner? Why couldn't Hayden just told us? Leaving me in suspense. We certainly hope Paul Devine has a speedy recovery. His mission to become a 6-time world champion, though, make history yet again, going to have to be put on hold. Interesting predictions so far. We had Bozo the Magnificent, now we have Conor McGregor. Shenaz doing his pre-match stretches. Always make sure you limber up. Like I said, we haven't seen Andoni in action probably well over a month. Majabi Playboy ready to go and ready to kill another streak. Prince Brent, though, looks hungry, and he's been uber impressive since debuting. As the bell rings, more light heavyweight division action. A very light heavyweight-esque episode here of Fusion. Shenaz Andoni having Brent locked up by the waist. Gonna finally escape. Swoops down for his own waist lock. Now drops him down to the canvas. Still has the waist lock held in. Just toss him to the side like a sack of dirty laundry. Haydeno. Up over the shoulder. Shenaz Andoni probably has the most unique arsenal in all of CMV. I'd say him and El Jefe probably have the probably rival each other for most colorful array of offensive maneuvers. Front headlock there by Prince Brent, though. Prince Brent, who loves to party, but has proved these past couple of weeks that his partying does not deter him from being an absolute threat in that ring. And we saw how vicious he could be as well. A couple of weeks ago, he defeated Jay Smith and then attacked him after the bell rang. Completely unnecessary, but definitely a message sent to the Fusion locker room. Knee to the face there by Prince Brent. Brought up into a seated position. Kick to the side of the head, kick to the shoulder, really. Shanaz in his man bun and a spot of trouble early on as Prince Brent puts him in the corner. Coming from behind, up top, not a place that he wants to be. Shanaz, though, snaps to reality, out of the face. Nice savate kick. Rolling savate. Grabs Brent by those long locks of his up onto one knee. Now a swinging neck breaker. Plummeting down to the canvas with a thud. Shanaz and Donnie kicking him right up the ass. Run it when the sun don't shine, the old derriere. And now some classic atomic drops. Usually you'll see inverted. You don't really see some old school shit like this very often. And 3 in a row, too. That ass seems to become a target. Irish whip super kick missed. Prince Brent running right past. Counters that hook to the jaw. Attempt forearm smash of his own. Diamond. Now going to get caught with a Falcon Arrow. Prince Brent quickly rolls out to the apron, though. Smart tactics. Shanaz got to be weary. Couldn't catch himself with disqualification. There we go. Shoulder thrust. And down to the outside of this fight. Going to take a spill to the ringside area. Bit back into the ring now. Prince Brent keeping the pressure on. Oh, this is not going to end well for the real number one Bubba. Swinging neck break on the outside of the ring. The back of Shanaz's head with a thud off of that. Let's just be completely honest. Concrete. That thin pads pretty much might as well not even be there. And he's going to do it again as well. Prince Brent, knowing exactly what he's doing, going to defeat Shanaz Andoni, even if he has to injure him in doing so. Shanaz grasping at the back of his head, and Andoni has a history of concussions. Don't tell me he's going to do it a third time. Come on, Murphy. There's a point where you got to stop this shit. Shanaz is motionless. He's unresponsive. God damn it. And now Prince Brent mocking Shanaz Andoni, checking his moneymaker, and somehow Andoni begins to stir and get back up to his feet. Prince Brent is there to meet him, and a drop kick into the apron. See the way that Shanaz's back bent over the side of the ring, a way that it obviously should not. Spinning soul kick now, charged him, punch to the gut. This looks like a K2 leg drop face buster. Shanaz on spaghetti legs, tossed back into the ring. Count of 7, watching Murphy's count, making sure things don't end. Dirty fashion, what up, Maury? Shanaz taken for a walk, leaned up against the ropes. Prince Brent in firm control over the CMV veteran, out onto the apron. Oh, no. Prince Brent with a DDT! Busting Shanaz Andoni wide open. All the hardest parts of the ring converge. That is pure metal. Andoni, lay down, no damn it, chicken wing, though. Knee drop. And Shanaz with a wheelbarrow facebuster on the outside of the ring. You can never count out Shanaz Andoni, the master of the upsets. A man who quite honestly shouldn't hold as many accolades as he does. You take a look at him, you say, yeah, this guy definitely owns a chicken leash company, but I don't know that he's a, multi-time champion. And blood just rushing down his face from that gash opened up on his forehead after the DDT on the apron, reverse DDT from behind. And Shaw, the knee is a jerk, and Shanaz Andoni gonna send a big L Prince Brent's way. Oh, counters the knee though, and now gonna pay for it is Shanaz, or maybe not. Drops down off the shoulders, another reverse DDT. And now, stanky leg, Shanaz Andoni, a little bit of a twirl, showing off his stuff, what he's working with. And now gonna Shanaz up, baby. The momentum building, the fans on their feet chanting his name. Spy Buster! There's that cheeky little pelvic thrust. Oh. Working me up over here behind the announce table. Good thing I'm sitting down. Grabs the leg though. Prince Brent shutting down the offense just like that. Creates a little bit of an opening. Now looks to take that inch a mile. Whatever Prince Brent was going to try to execute, though, Shanaz Andoni was ready for it, and Andoni's feeling real good about himself as that knee begins to jerk again. Prince Brent to his feet. Can he counter a second time? Yes, he can. Prince Brent on his A game here. I love this kid. What a phenomenal competitor. The match still isn't over yet, though. Wrist clutch, Northern Light suplex. Will that be enough to get the win? Beautiful bridge, nice crotch shot. Just a 1 count, however. Brent brings Shanaz to his feet, looks him in the eyes. What a super kick. Sweet chin music. And Shanaz Andoni already is missing a good number of teeth. Darn that proverbial Crimson Mask, and I believe Shanaz just out of instinct collapses into the pin there. Makes sure to hook the leg, but only gets himself a 1 count. Prince Brent now goes for another super kick. Luckily, Shanaz Andoni a bit quicker. His spidey senses tingling as he gets driven neck first into that top turnbuckle. Looking like he's in La La Land as Shanaz Andoni journeys up to the second turnbuckle. Bleeding like a stuck pig. Tries to go for a falling back elbow. One too many risks taken though. And now this time, Prince Brent rolls through for the modified Rings of Saturn. Locked in. Can Shanaz Andoni find a way to escape? Or will he be forced to submit? Prince Brent has got him trapped. Shanaz? No, Andoni is forced to tap out. Prince Brent goes 4-0. Shanaz Andoni, no doubt about it, giving the rookie a run for his money. A lot of close calls there for Prince Brent, but in the end, he was able to lock in that modified Rings of Saturn. Shanaz Andoni lasted for as long as he could, tried to find a way to escape, but there was simply no way out of it. 4-0 for the impressive newcomer. I see bright things and the future of Prince Brent. As we get a tweet from D'Angelo Prince who says, who is this imposter that calls himself a prince? And now, my fine feathered friends, it is time for our co-main event of the evening and a matchup that is happening for the first time in over 2 years. Zach Payne set to go one-on-one with the Firestarter Ryan motherfucking Kent, who will be joined ringside by his brother Sean. And these two have a long-standing history. Their paths here in CMV intertwined. They started as relentless enemies of one another. Many battles these two shared. One that comes to mind is Night of Champions, where they fought in a tables, ladders, and chairs match for Ryan Kent's Money in the Bank contract. And then, of course, they became allies. Winners of the first annual Tag Team Cup World Tag Team Champions together before again becoming enemies during CMVs. They decided to join different sides, but Zach Payne, of course, after a 2-year hiatus, returning just last month. Now Payne and Kent look to kick up dust just like they did in the old days. Every time they've gone at it, it's been a 5-star encounter, and I do not doubt that that's exactly what we are going to get here tonight. And not to mention, guys, still to come in our main event, huge 8-man tag team matchup. Undisputed champion Chris Diamond teams with Harvey Hastings and the rest of Global Offensive to take on Briggs, Thompson, and Ziegler of Team Fusion, plus a surprise partner handpicked by Hayden to replace Paul Devine. Before we get into this co-main event matchup, a tweet from Harvey Hastings says, "Hey Ryan, tell your brother that I destroyed him." Harvey got to be feeling real good about himself after what he did to Paul Devine, taking him out of the world title matchup, now deciding to throw shots at Sean Kent. I think that Harvey Hastings has bigger things to worry about. As here he comes. Zach Payne, one of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of boots and step into a CMV ring. Tag team champion, the inaugural CMV United States champion, and a former Anarchy champion as well. Zach Payne's return to CMV has not been very ceremonious for him thus far. He, of course, had a shot at Alistair Knox in the United States Championship back at Emergence, but Alistair Knox ended up beating him via countout to retain, and then in an 8-man over the top rope battle royal, Zach Payne was unable to secure another shot at the championship. Zach Payne, I still can't believe it. It's been over a month since he returned, and I'm still a bit baffled that he's standing in a Fusion ring. Let's look at that, he's ready. He's like, come on out, Kent. Let's get it on already. I've been waiting all week for this. It's interesting for Ryan Kent to bring his brother Sean out here. These two men, of course, along with Damian, are next in line for a shot at the Trios Championship. I've been told by General Manager Yuri Sokolov that title match will go down after a Homecoming 3 at some point. Damian has a lot to worry about this Sunday, June 3rd at Homecoming, of course, fighting for Fusion against Guri Sukhanov from Genesis. We heard from Ryan Kent earlier tonight, a bit salty that he was not chosen by Hayden to be a part of Team Fusion, but we know that Hayden sees Ryan Kent as an insignificant being. Hayden feels that way about pretty much everybody, but especially Ryan Kent. So here we go, Sean gonna take his place ringside, and hopefully he doesn't interfere at all, because I would love to get this clean one-on-one matchup, and Zach Payne looking like he's not fretting. Trying to get in Ryan Kent's head, but here we go, the bell rings first time in over 2 years, and Ryan Kent immediately grabs him by the head like a mother trying to tame her child in public. Up against the ropes, slingshots him back towards the center of the ring, then up to his feet. And again, gonna grab him by the... What's happening here? Slingshot a second time. Zach, please. Irish whip now, but Zach Payne counters, had quite a bit enough. Forearm smash from Kent on the apron, jumping back into the ring. Getting some hops right there. Sit outside slam. Sean Kent watches on. Our co-main event matchup Fusion number 127 snaps the arm of Ryan Kent to the shoulder. And Ryan Kent, of course, knows Zach Payne very well. He knows that he has that submission hold in his arsenal that he calls the Pain Killer. Vice versa, Zach Payne knows everything there is to know about Ryan Kent. Irish whip, chest bump. Front headlock, just going to make Zach Payne spell his arm, but it seems like these two are feeling each other out a little bit. Even though they've had countless battles, 2 years, a lot of time for a superstar to evolve to a point where they might not be the same competitor they were, however many years ago. Ryan Kent in the corner right now, like Zach Payne was at the start of the matchup, just chilling, not too worried about it. Irish whip drops down behind Zach Payne with a reverse DDT. Sean Kent cringing at the sight of his brother taking that fall. And now Payne going to do a little bit of showing off with these press-ups. Getting a nice feel of Ryan Kent's glutes, too. And a tweet here, guys, from Jacob Ziegler. Says, Hayden the kind of guy to say, baby, you ain't pregnant, we're pregnant. So random shade thrown out there by Ziegler to his team captain. Ryan Kent using the ropes. I didn't expect this match to be so slow-paced between these two. There we go. Nice exploder suplex to kick things up a notch. Ryan Kent immediately tries to get back up to his feet. Zach Payne going to help him like the good humanitarian he is. Snapmare and into a surfboard stretch. Zach Payne has actually won matches off of this maneuver before. And it's, I think it's a very underestimated submission. Digging your knee into your opponent's spine and wrenching, just pulling back on their arms. Like trying to pluck a chicken. Irish whip into the corner. Ryan Kent barreling down the slide slowly but surely. Not want to get ahead of himself. Double axe out of the back. And again. Now going to put him up high in a place that he does not want to be. High rent district into the tree of woe. Blood rushing to his head. Zach Payne not sticking around for long though. Knee to the head. Closes in. Nice arm wrench. Forcing Ryan Kent to crumble down. Right onto that shoulder. Knife that chop. Elbow to side of the head. And now a tiger bomb by Zach Payne. And Sean Kent, arms crossed. Not too impressed it would seem. As he watches this matchup rage on to the second turnbuckle, Zach Payne beckons for Ryan Kent to rise up to his feet. A little bit of distance, kick to the chest. Now Zach Payne flies with a brain chop, and a brutal brain chop at that. Ryan Kent, though, with the wherewithal. The CMV veteran, the most decorated champion in CMV history, a bona fide future Hall of Famer, and I'm sure Zach Payne will join him there one day. Shoulder thrust to the gut, sends him down to the outside. Zach Payne, probably one of the greatest superstars in CMV history to never win a world championship. And watch out, Sean. If he gets involved the wrong way, Murphy could disqualify Ryan. Nice counter, though. By the Fire, started to a powerbomb on the outside. Right down onto the concrete. Arm wrench, and Zach Payne seems to be going for Ryan's arm. Ooh. Sean is I think he's just trying to distract Zach Payne here. Trying to lure him away and give Ryan an opening. Didn't really work out, though. Zach Payne takes the fight back into the ring. Sean returns to his corner, stomp down to the lower back, and Zach Payne, where's he going? Back up to the second turnbuckle. Payne again waits for Ryan Kent to get up to a vertical base. Another chop. That one so ferocious it busts Kent wide open. Blood now trickling down the face of Kent, who dodges that drop kick to the midsection. Caught though by Zach Payne. And that's going to spell bad news for Ryan Kent. A lion timber knee to the back of the head as he wrenches back with all his might. Look at Zach Payne. That is a win. The body should not be contorting. Ryan Kent wants to get the hell out of there, and he does. Nice reversal, nice escape. Action roll, though, by Zach Payne. Pops right up into another clutch by Ryan Kent, taking him for a ginger walk snap mare. Seated position now. Ryan Kent throws him down to the canvas, digging his knee into Zach Payne's chest over and over again. And Ryan Kent again With a sit outside slam, this time into the lateral press, Murphy into the pin, only going to get himself a 2 count. Yeah, I'm very sorry. Ryan Kent with having himself a little bit of a laugh at the expense of Zach Payne. Seems to be no love lost between these two in the years they've been apart. Still just as much passion between them. Oh, Zach Payne! Woo! Went for that vintage knee tremble of his. We get shades of Hall of Famer Dave Turner there by Kent with the tilt-a-whirl sidewalk slam. Now kicks to the midsection, got countered earlier by Payne, not this time. Single knee facebreaker, vintage fire starter. And it has been many a moons since Zach Payne has felt the sting of a Kent clash. Kick to the gut, gonna put Kent in the corner, not for long, explodes out. And Ryan Kent now looks to seal the deal and bring it home. Kent clash. Over into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Thanks for coming, Zach Payne. Ryan Kent picks up the win. We are going to get ourselves a handshake between the two. They've been through so much together, putting on another great contest here tonight. Letting us know there's no salting. Sorry about that. I had to grab a quick drink of water. But guys, great matchup. 2 years it had been, and they certainly put on not the matchup I would say I was expecting. It was a lot more slow-paced than what we've seen between them before, but still an excellent encounter where Kent gets the win and a nice show of sportsmanship between them. Like I said, they've been through so much together. And whether they're on opposite sides or teaming up, you'll always know that till the end of their days, Ryan Kent and Zach Payne will be connected. But here we go, guys. It is time for our main event of the evening. 8-man tag team matchup is coming your way. Yeah, Fusion number 127. And a matchup that was supposed to see Chris Diamond and Global Offensive take on Team Fusion, Briggs, Thompson, Ziegler, and Paul Devine. But again, if you did not see what happened earlier tonight before the show started, you can check it out, CMV.com, CMVWrestling.com, I should say, Extra Sport Join. In the chat, we'll give you a link, an exclusive video of Global Offensive brutally attacking the Asian sensation Harvey Hastings as the camera was cutting off, saying that he is done being made to look like a joke. And as the show was starting, Devine was taken to the local medical facility here in Miami, Florida. Now, of course, we just got that report not too long ago that the doctors, letting general manager Yuri Sokolov know that Paul Devine has suffered from numerous broken ribs, and that was the target of Harvey Hastings and Global Offensive in that attack on Paul. And Yuri Sokolov has had no other choice but to pull Devine, not only obviously from this match, but also from this Sunday's Triple Threat World Title match. Devine's goal to make history yet again and become a 6-time world champion being put on hold. Harvey Hastings' plans coming to fruition, as now the assassin will get another one-on-one shot at the world championship as they'll take on the baller Chris Diamond. But tonight they have to work together, though. But the big question of the night is who is Hayden's call-in to replace Paul Devine. Remember, he joined us after the opening matchup. Hayden some weeks ago saying that he will no longer be appearing on Fusion, that he's become too much of a star to be on the weekly programs, and from now on will only appear on the big shows where he gets paid them big bucks for big matches. But as team captain, had made a call. We heard from Ziegler and Thompson throughout the night as well, taking their shots at Hayden and how they have not exactly been pleased with his showing of his duties as team captain. But we also saw some friction between Pierre Thompson and Jacob Ziegler earlier tonight. Thompson and Andrew Briggs on the same page made a deal. Thompson saying, I know we have our problems, and whether or not we want to resume them after homecoming, you watch my back, I'll watch yours. To which Andrew Briggs accepted the deal. And then Pierre Thompson tried to broker the same concept with Jacob Ziegler, but the Pride of Scotland was not having any of it, saying, as I touched on a couple of weeks ago, I do not care about any of you. I am Team Fusion. I am the only hope this team has. You know, not Thompson, not Briggs, and certainly not Hayden. I'm defending my home. I'm not going to be your partner. We're not friends. You stay out of my way, I'll stay out of your way, which is not exactly a great concept to have as a part of a team, but Ziegler saying himself, I'm not a team player. Yo, what up, Rifted? Welcome. Thanks for dropping in. Nice to see you. Haven't been on this side in quite a while. But undisputed champion Chris Diamond, I'm curious to know whether or not he was keen to Harvey Hastings' plans, because Chris Diamond's got to be happy about the this turn of events, because his championship was in serious jeopardy. His first defense since, of course, cashing in Money in the Bank, defeating Devine to become champion at Emergence. And a triple threat, he doesn't have to be pinned or submitted to lose his title, but now he's got a clean one-on-one shot against Harvey Hastings. And look how smug and egotistical and proud Harvey looks. The Serbian Nikola Ivanovic and Maseo Yum at his back. Will Chris Diamond and Harvey Hastings be able to function as a team? And here we go, the big question will be answered. Who to replace Paul Devine? Who is going to be the mystery partner of Briggs, Thompson, and Ziegler in this main event matchup here for Fusion number 127? Of course, we got to get that long pause. I've been in anticipation all night long. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. This can't be what I'm thinking, is it? It is! It's Quantum! Quantum is the surprise partner for Briggs, Thompson, and Ziegler. X-Gen Zone, of course, Paul Devine's brother. Quantum has not been on this side of CMV. I gotta do these calculations real quick. His last match as a part of this side of CMV of Fusion Genesis was Exodus 2, where he defeated Troy Voodoo. That was a year and a half. A year and a half. Quantum has been away. But the future man has returned. And in his hiatus, of course, has become a huge deal over on Unmatched. Finally winning the big one. Holding the Unmatched World title for quite a while earlier this season. Quantum coming to the aid of his brother Paul Devine and looking to dish out that hard justice to Harvey Hastings. And of course, Quantum doesn't just have the accolade of being a world champion over on Unmatched. In his time on this side of CMV, of course, he was a 4-time tag team champion along with Paul Devine. 5-time he held the Tornado tag team titles with Hayden as well, and Intercontinental champion for a short while too. This has got to be a bigger shock than even to me in the Sim universe to his partners tonight. 3-time record-setting light heavyweight champion Andrew Briggs, the king of the ring. We know that he and Pierre Thompson are on the same page. And I'm getting reports that Jacob Ziegler is having himself a bit of a fit in the gorilla position. He is not happy about this fill-in. Jacob Ziegler never been a... dashing, of course. What would be a CMV stream without a cheeky battery die? What up, Diamond, by the way? I saw you drop in just in time as well. Rifted getting the whole treatment. Batteries dying and all. Yeah, Ziegler kicked the sound guy on the side of the head. Just like he super kicked that poor backstage worker earlier tonight for no reason, and then stole his